Hello guys, today I bring you another 5-in-1 mascara review for Covergirl. First of all, let me apologize for any background noise. I am in a dorm and people are being kind of chatty today. So I'm going to talk as best I can and hopefully you can hear me well. Also, sorry if I'm washed out. I'm in front of the window. It's the best lighting. We'll do what we can, right? But anyway, yes, I do have 5 Covergirl mascaras I've tried out since my L'Oreal video, and I want to go ahead and tell you about them. Now, before I start, you will have noticed a lot of similar packaging. I did mainly try Lash Blast variety mascaras. So, one thing I will say, Covergirl mascaras, unlike the L'Oreal, are very similar. Like the L'Oreal, they were all super different, so I had stand out. They all stood out in certain ways to me. These are all pretty similar. So, as I'm reviewing them, I won't have too much to say because they're all pretty similar. So I do have my rankings and my pros and cons like I did last time, but I don't know how long this one's going to be. I don't think it's going to be quite as long. So hopefully that's cool with you guys. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started going through these mascaras. Okay. So the first one I picked up is actually a repurchase for me. It is the Covergirl Lash Blast Lux, which if you've been following me for a while was my holy grail mascara. Last fall winter time I used it from November to February of last year. Looks like that. You can see this one is the most unique of all of these because it's not a black mascara. It's one of the shimmery type mascaras. It's the lash, but it is like a Lash Blast formula. It's just got some slight shimmers in it that don't show up that much on the eye. And this one happens to be a black Cabernet, so it's a reddish toned one. And what this one does, because it's reddish toned, it brings out the color in my eyes nicely. Because it has shimmers, it kind of brightens them. So that's the big plus with this mascara. The reason why I liked it originally, the reason why I repurchased it, because it brightens the eyes, and I like that. Now, I do have to say, now that I've kind of gotten into darker mascaras over the last few months, I do find I don't like this mascara as much as I did last year because I do like a more dramatic mascara. It is nice though. It's not super black or very voluminous. Now, it is really good if you are going for a more natural look like me, you were just starting out in makeup. It's really nice just for a really quick everyday look. Like if you're not wearing, it is my favorite of all of them for if I'm not wearing any other makeup because it doesn't look too much. Because my hair, my features are a little lighter, especially when I'm this washed out. So when I pop this on, it's not like, oh my gosh, my lashes look strange. It looks good. It's also not clumpy, which is good. It has no clumps in it. Even if you build it, it's not too clumpy. And as far as the shimmers go, it's kind of a hit or miss because it's not super shimmery, so if that's why you buy it, you're going to be let down. But for me, that's not a bad thing. I don't want my eyes to look like disco balls on the lashes. So yeah, it's an okay mascara. Not amazing, but it's okay. The second mascara, which I actually got in a buy one get one, my CVS says Covergirl buy one get one all the time, so that's a plus for the whole thing, is that 2 of these mascaras I bought were half off. This one is the newest Covergirl mascara. It is the Lash Blast Clump Crusher, which is pink, is in the ads for. I don't know what that is, but yeah, it's their new one, and the difference between this and the regular is it's got this curved one, which some people might hate that. I love a curved one, because what that kind of does is it will lift your lashes and kind of curl them for you. All you have to do is use it, like that, and lift your lashes, and then on the bottom, it goes, this kind of brush works amazingly for the bottom because it will really make sure they're still nice, but not, sticking to your lower lid. And so it does curl your lashes for you. Only thing with having that kind of brush is it makes it a little more high maintenance because you do have to turn your brush as you go, and then on this eye you have to make sure maybe you might want to do it this way, but you don't have to do it that way. It's a little less high maintenance than the Maybelline Great Lash Lots of Lashes thing that I tried out a while ago. It's not quite like that, but it is a little more high maintenance, so keep that in mind. You can't just swipe and go quite as easy. But I love this one for a dramatic mascara because it is very voluminous, very black. It will give you super dramatic lashes, so I almost always use this when I have a more dramatic eye look. Thing is, it's not clumpy though, so when I say very voluminous, very black, that doesn't mean clumpy, which is good for me. I don't like clumps, so obviously it's the Clump Crusher. It's not clumpy. Maybe it will be if you build too many coats, but for your basic one coats, not clumpy, and it looks good after one coat, so no need to build unless you want to. And one thing I will say is it's a little wet. Like first the other Lash Blast most of the other Lash Blasts I have here, it's a more wet formula. But for the most part, I do really like this mascara. So now let's move on to the next one. The next one I have is the Covergirl Lash Blast Fusion, which is in the purple tube. This is a really great one. Like, I really love this one. It's the one I am wearing today. Just one coat, so not super dramatic, but you can see my lashes, I think, right? Anyway, it is very, very easy to apply. My favorite way to apply it actually is to just put it between my lashes and kind of blink down a few times, and then start wiggling on the individual lashes, and it makes super dramatic lashes in like no time flat. Because it is like, it's not super wet, not super dry, it applies beautifully. You don't have to work with it too much. You don't have to worry about making a mess. I've never really had a problem with this being messy. It is a pretty black color. It's quite black, but not too black, because I personally don't like a super black mascara for day to day. It gives you enough volume, but again, not too much. It's really like the Goldilocks, you know, like the little bear of mascaras. It's not too this, not too that. It's just like right where you want it. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about this one. I absolutely adore it, and I think I will be repurchasing this one for a long time. The last one I have is the original Lash Blast volume in the orange tube. The only Lash Blast I didn't try was the lengthening one. This one I didn't know I got at the time, but I got it in waterproof, which actually is not bad. I know a lot of people love this one in waterproof, so I guess I can give you a little review. A lot of people will have reviewed this before. I gotta say, I'm not too crazy about this mascara. It is so black, which is nice. It's really good for when you just want your lashes to stand out without having to do much. It stays on nicely. Obviously, it won't go anywhere, and it does give a really nice amount of volume, as you would assume. So it is a nice mascara, but the huge problem, well, A, it's a little messy because it is a little bit wetter in formula, and B, it will not come off. Like, my makeup remover will not get it off after tugging on my eyes, and every morning after I've worn it, I wake up and it's below my eyes, and I hate that so much. So I really don't like this mascara as much as I would have thought. Maybe if you get the non-waterproof version, but the waterproof version is a pain in the tushy. I don't recommend it that much. So now we'll move on to the last mascara, the only one that's not a Lash Blast mascara. It is the Luxe Mousse mascara. So from the little Taylor Swift line that she does, the green. Gotta say, there's nothing wrong with this mascara per se, but it's nothing great. It is very, very wet, which I guess is something that's pretty wrong with it, because I don't like a wet mascara. So wet, so you can't really go to town like the Fusion and just apply it. You really have to be careful with it. So because of that, I really can't get like really build up my lashes. It's not overly special. It does give you a nice amount after one coat, but like, so do all the other ones. Like I said, the Covergirl mascaras, all very similar. Honestly, it's I guess because it's mousse, it's better for your lashes. It's not going to make them as brittle, and it is very black, which is nice, but honestly, I can't really say too much amazing things about this mascara, or too many bad things. It's just kind of a mascara. So that's all I have to say. Let's go ahead and move on to the overall thoughts on Covergirl mascara. So after trying these 5 mascaras, I do have to say I think Covergirl is like very tricky, because honestly, different packagings, but most their mascaras are all very similar. Like, there's slight differences between, like, you know, if you want a slightly more curled black look, use this. If you want a never coming off look, use this. If you want like an in-between look, use this. But honestly, you could get any of their mascaras and they're not bad, which is great. I think that's a great thing, that you could just, especially for somebody who's not as into watching these makeup videos, you can just go to the store and pick one up and it's gonna be good. But, you know, it's not gonna be like super, like, you know, it's not like you need all of them, because they are all the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you my rankings so you know which ones I would recommend the most. My #1 favorite, just because it's just so perfect, is the Lash Blast Fusion. I couldn't even come up with a negative for this. I love it. That's my #1 recommendation. I think it's good for anyone. My roommate has it, and she doesn't like dramatic makeup, so it works for her, it works for me. It's really just a great mascara for anyone. Second recommendation is Clump Crusher. This is more for a dramatic look, so if you like that, go for that. Yeah, it's really nice. What can I say? My third pick, and I would recommend the non-waterproof, but if you do want a waterproof mascara, this will not budge. It is the Lash Blast Volume, so in the orange packaging. Again, beware, it's hard to take off. Get a good makeup remover. My fourth is the Lash Blast Lux, just because it does kind of stand out to me, and it's kind of nostalgic because I love this. And it's just really good for a natural, brightened look. I think this is great for beginners. And there's also other colors like black sapphire and stuff, if you think the red would make you look weird or anything. And then lastly, just the Nature Luxe Mousse. I don't think this does anything spectacular, so it's alright, but you won't be unsatisfied, but you might not be like, oh my gosh, it's my holy grail mascara, you know? So overall, yeah, I think CoverGirl's kind of tricky with their mascaras because they're all so similar. But yeah, that's my thoughts on these 5 that I've tried. I guess next I'll be doing Maybelline, although I think it will be a while because I have a lot of mascaras now and I am on a no-buy. So let me know what CoverGirl mascaras you like, or any mascaras, because obviously I'm going to be looking for my next ones to try for another one of these 5-in-1 videos. Hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, be sure to like it below and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.